doctor. And our doctor really upset you. I've talked to people before that have went to see some specialist or of any kind, and they've ended up in tears. I was talking to a lady the other day who took her daughter to go see a counselor, a doctor, a psychiatrist, or whatever he was, some specialist, and he literally had them in tears. She said, "You know what? I had that happen with my daughter too. We had good doctors. We had a good doctor for her, a youth doctor, and then when she got 17, she had to change over. We went to another one, and he was horrible. He was so rude. He's like, well, what are you here for?" And I'm thinking, well, first off, you got the note from my doctor, from her doctor who, referred us over. And, anyways, he says, "One of you better tell me what you're here for. I need someone to tell me." Yeah, he was really, really rude. And he kept, badgering her, just going over and over, well, how do you think you feel? Well, when she's not one to talk, right? And, he just kept going on, and then she started crying, which upset me. Had me in tears. And then he says, "Well, I do believe your tears. I don't think you're faking it." And he's like, really, really rude, eh? And the lady yesterday, she was so rude. And, because I have the anxieties and stuff too, it can take me a little while. I know, don't use Q-tips in your ears. Oh, bullshit, whatever. I know, people have had problems with you. You know what? I'm not going to stick it in my ear and break my eardrum. And I'm not going to compound things and compact things into my ear. So, get over it. What was I going to say? Because of the anxieties, fatigue, the brain fog, I have to really think sometimes. I don't know. I know something. I don't say something. I went to the store the other day. The lady started to pack up my stuff into a bag. And she started to pack into a small bag. Then she had to get a large bag for the other stuff because I had a few larger things. Now this is one of those counters that they stand behind, and then they put the groceries down here. Or not the groceries, it wasn't groceries. She puts the stuff in the bags down here because the till is here, the bagging area is here. She takes stuff off the counter and she puts it down to the bag. You don't actually see you just see your hands. You don't see the bags because they're down low. Anyways, but I saw that, of course she had to use two bags, and one bag had to be bigger. I had to buy a new tub bath mat. I was a mess. And you know what? I sit there and I knew she used two bags. I knew she had two bags. And I walked out with one bag. In the back of my head, it's there. I know in the back of my head it's there that she used two bags and I'm walking out with one. But I don't know if it's because of the brain fog or if it's the being out around people or the fatigue. Oh, I gotta sit down. Really dizzy. I don't, heart just pounding like crazy. I don't know if it's the brain fog, if it's it's a little bit of everything. Anxiety, self-consciousness. Just can't bring the thought to the front of my head to act upon it. I know I was walking out of there with one bag. I know she packed two bags. But for whatever reason, I can't get that thought enough to come to the front of my head to take action upon it. And I know that if I take action upon it and I have to say, oh, there was two bags, it's going to put more attention upon me, which I don't want more attention upon me. There's people waiting and, and I just walk out with one bag. Anyways, I really wonder, you go to these doctors and they're so upsetting. You can't even sleep at night. I couldn't even sleep last night. It was just so upset, and I just felt so, I had a headache. And just the whole ordeal of going to her and her like, oh, you don't need to look at him, like when I'm trying to think to answer her question, and I do. I look away, or I look up, or I look over at Earl, because I'm thinking, and I'm trying to think, and sure, if he's got something that he thinks he can put in that can help me, because I'm not sure how to answer, and she's like, you don't have to be looking at him to know this, and I'm just like, really? Like, I've told you how much I have anxieties, and like the brain fog and the headaches and the pressure in my head, and yeah, I need time to answer. It's like, anyways, I need a shower, and hopefully I won't exhaust myself too much doing that, and I come back. I'm not gonna wash my hair today. I don't have the energy.